Still can't hear me?
I can hear you.
That's weird.
I don't know if Taylor. I don't know.
We can hear him now.
Okay,
Hello?
go.
Hey, what's up,
Sweet.
Gary?
How's it going,
What's going on, dudes?
Sweet. We can hear you now. That's
Right on.
sick.
Alrighty then. Let's get this show on the road.
Hello and welcome to The Communication Breakdown, episode number 1. I am your host, Sandra, and with me tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing it at some outrageous Viking weight, is Gary, Big G, the Lander.
What up, people? I think this is our second one, by the way, not the first one.
No, the first one was a pilot, so this would actually technically be episode number 1.
Oh, that was like a dry run. I got you.
That's a secret. That's a secret yet. I
You guys
popped him
didn't see
into
that.
some.
You guys didn't see
Didn't
that?
see that. So, hey, man, how are you?
I am good. How are you, dear?
I'm not too bad. How was your week?
I don't remember.
Do you have coronas right now?
No, but I've had a lot of coronas.
Okay. That was probably a mistake. Any airing of the grievances? Comments, concerns?
I have no grievances as of late.
Okay.
I'm concerned that I can't reach a beer from here. I'm kind of concerned about that.
Did you want to go grab one?
I think I might do that. Yeah, it'd be the first one of the day, believe it or not.
I do believe it.
As you know, I was up quite late.
Yes,
early this morning.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Why do you do that to yourself?
Enjoy the groove of my garage. I didn't pull up my backdrop.
Anyway, I want to thank all of you for being here, and if you're in the chat, thank you so much. Please be kind to one another. If you're not, you'll be booted. Sorry, not sorry. Those are the rules. Be nice or go away. With that said, let's get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages, it is my pleasure to introduce two people very near and dear to my heart, Vivid-Jojo and Taylor Smith from the Taylor Smith Trio.
Yay! What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, living the dream, boys.
It is so good to see you guys.
Yes,
I'm gonna hide behind
Good
them.
to see you as well.
You're
Thanks
gonna
for
hide
having
behind
us.
him?
Yeah, I'm hiding behind them.
Yeah, I can't do that
Damn it.
fancy borders thing, I don't think. Well, there we go. So I can say hi.
That's cool.
Or hi.
Hi. We got a Mitch Heyman in the house. What's going on, Mitch?
What up? Hey, thanks for having us, guys.
Hey, Mitch. Hey, Gary.
Yo.
Mitch, if you didn't hear, this is Vivid-Jojo, who is my son, and Taylor Smith. They are two of the Taylor Smith Trio. Thanks for tuning in. So what we do here is we ask fun questions. I'm going to get that started now. For both of you, either one of you, born and raised.
I was born and raised in Beloit, Wisconsin.
Nah,
And
I'm
Taylor?
born and raised Kinston, North Carolina. Kinston, North Carolina.
Cool.
Okay.
Born
The
and
next
raised.
question would be, do you live where you were born? And obviously that's not true for either one of you. So, who was your first music?
Yeah.
Who was your first influence musically? Your mom or your dad? Neither or both? Either one of you can answer it, or both of you. I would like to hear from both.
You better
was
have the
one
right
of your
answer,
parents.
JoJo.
One more time with the question.
It was, who was your first influence musically? Your mom or your dad? Neither or both? Or someone else entirely?
Well, I feel like you know my answer already. So my mom, you were my first influence.
I gave you those wooden spoons. Yes, I did.
Like I just reach up and try to play the organ, and I'd work the pedal down below. I would turn it up and down for you. And
You learned a couple of
I
things
actually
out
still
there.
remember a couple of the songs that you taught me way back then too. So.
Oh, very cool. I'm glad to hear that. And Taylor?
I would probably say my parents. You know, neither one of them really play, but
But they
were
sang
always,
to
like,
you?
They always I don't know. They always had like music playing. You know.
Oh, sure.
And, like somehow some kind of guitar, like this acoustic guitar, this little beater acoustic, found its way like into our attic or something. I think my granddad put it, you know. So like I just remember that thing like being around all the time, you know, and just kind of checking it out. But yeah, my
Very
parents
cool.
always like turned us on to music, you know.
So, JoJo, I know you're a drummer. So, Taylor, you must be the guitar player.
Yes, sir. That's correct. I try to be, anyways.
Sarah, one of your gigs a couple months ago, where were they playing, Sandra? What was that bar they were playing at?
That was at the Westport Saloon.
The Westport. Yeah, you guys were kicking it, man. It was awesome.
I love them for live streaming every
thanks,
show because it's
man.
the only way I get to see JoJo play out. So it's very cool that they do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys killed it. What was
Yeah.
you guys did a cover of something, man, that was badass. I can't remember what the hell.
You
it
liked
was.
you liked the Zappa Muffin Man.
That's what it was. Muffin Man. Nobody ever plays Muffin Man. Holy shit! I haven't played Muffin Man since high
Thanks,
school.
man.
That was sweet.
Hey, man, that's the shit, dude. Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
dude. You know.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Very
Zappa's one of my
Thanks,
heroes
dude,
for
man.
sure.
Love Zappa. I did a video on the guy.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank
yeah.
you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you, man.
Sure,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you for sure.
Thank you guys.
So
for
is it
doing
safe?
this. Yeah.
Is it safe to say, Taylor, that Frank is one of your biggest guitar influences, or?
Oh yeah, man. He's been a huge influence, man. But I didn't get turned on to Frank until probably about like 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
And man, dude, like it wrecked me, man. Like the cat who was playing bass in the band at the time gave me a copy of Joe's Garage, volumes 1, 2, and 3, just on CD, you know.
Great album.
And I just remember checking that out and just totally wrecked me pretty much. I didn't like it at first. I didn't like Frank at first, man. When I first heard it, I didn't dig it. I didn't like it. Like I was like, oh, his lyric content is just
Yep.
a bunch of mumbo jumbo. And naturally, you throw it in the car, dude. I was like, I just started riding around with Frank for a couple weeks, and it
Yep.
was just like, holy shit, this guy's like,
Genius.
this guy's incredible, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
A
And then,
genius.
what you know, you gotta like from there, you know, it's like picking up Joe's Garage was like, you
Yep.
know, like midway or like later in his career. So like I had to start tracing it back, you know, getting
Yep.
to the mothers and all, dude. Like it's crazy. He's got so much content. It's insane.
Tons.
It's insane. So needless to say, it's all like Jimmy was always like way up here, you know, as far
Yep.
as the influence. But man, I almost have to put Frank up there with me, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Insane.
Frank was genius.
Insane.
Can you imagine being
I
a
could go on for
seven?
days about him.
Could you imagine being a 17-year-old Steve Vai and playing in Frank Zappa's band?
Oh man,
How insane is that?
dude! Like, come on, man. That guy was like what, like 19 or 20 or something when he
Yeah, he
started
was
playing
like
with Frank.
he
Yeah.
started. He
Holy
started.
shit.
He was a
he
kid.
started-
Yeah.
He started working for Frank when he was 17. He would transpose music.
Yeah, he did.
Frank would mail him,
Yeah, even
Tapes.
earlier than that.
and
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah,
would
dude.
Steve would chart everything out. That's kind of how he got the gig in the
Uh-huh.
band, because Frank said, "Well, if he can transpose this shit by ear and put it on paper, and it's right, this guy's got to be in the band." You know. But yeah,
It's
Frank's
insane.
huge.
Steve Vai's a freak in nature, anyways. You know.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
That
he is
guy's on a whole other level.
Yeah, he was.
for sure.
His heart.
Yep.
So, Taylor, what was the first song you heard when you were a wee one that you said, that's what I want to do? That's what I want to do with my life?
Man, I tell you, actually, the exact moment that I figured out like that I wanted to play guitar and like nothing else than that. I was probably like 10 years old or something. And my dad, he for like, you guys remember like Blockbuster and like movie gallery and stuff? Like you could rent movies from these places.
Yep.
So he's like a district manager, and so we drive like all over like Eastern North Carolina, like, and I'd ride with him, you know, like days out of school and stuff. And like I remember like I was digging on Kiss, like somehow I got turned on to Kiss like about 10, you know. I was like, that's cool, but I keep hearing about AC/DC, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they're talking about it. My parents, you know, they bring up AC. I'm like, who's AC/DC? What is this, you know? We're like riding in the car with my dad this one particular day, and I'm like, man, like we're listening to the classic rock station, you know, and like, man, I'm like, dude, I hope they like play some AC/DC because I need to hear what this sounds like, you know, and like sure enough, like we've been riding all day, and it is now dark, you know, still no AC/DC on the radio, dude. Finally, like you shook me all night long.
Beautiful.
Comes on the radio, son. Oh my God. Right there, 10 years old, riding in the car, listening to Angus Young, like melt this guitar solo.
Sure.
Like all, like melting my little 10-year-old adolescent face right off my skull, you know?
Yep.
I was like, dude, I knew it right then, dude. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I don't know
How about
what
you,
I gotta
JoJo?
do.
That's awesome, man.
What I gotta do.
That's badass.
I don't know. Honestly, probably always had an interest in music, but
Yeah, you have.
I remember going to one of those river fests in Beloit and watching Smash Mouth of all bands play.
Yep.
And I remember just they looked like they were having so much fun on stage, and I was like, I want to be up there in front of all these people. And I was like, I don't care if I'm on guitar, drums, you know, like whatever the hell I'm playing. I
Right.
want to be up there because that looks like fun. They look like they're having fun.
Yep.
And then after I played my first like kind of show at McNeil Middle School, it was like some dance thing.
Yep.
Played like 2 songs and played in front of people, and just the feeling, the butterflies before getting up there, and
I
then
remember that.
playing and knowing the songs, and the feeling of entertaining people was just enough to like adrenaline for me to be like, this is what I want to do. Like I want to be an entertainer.
And you did good. You did good that night
Thank you.
and ever since.
Yeah, there's nothing like playing in front of a crowd,
Yeah.
man.
Biggest fan right here.
Of course. Of course.
So what is
No
easy?
better feeling, but we haven't been able to do it for months now.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like killing me.
Just
Sucks.
hang on. It's not always gonna be like this.
No.
So just hang in there.
Yep.
So what is easier for you guys to do? Read music or play by ear?
What's that?
What what's easier for you guys to do? Play by ear or read music?
Oh, definitely play by ear.
Play by ear.
I'll definitely play by ear. For sure.
Rudiments, like rudimentals, I like to read, like I love to have the notation for like rudiments, but as far as like if I'm learning a song, definitely pop in, whether it's the record or whether it's my phone, just press play and try to learn it, whether it be drums and guitar most of the time, honestly too, just like find the vibrations that fit it, and then boom, you fit the song.
I actually
it's-
knew the answer.
I
to
use my
Joe's
ear a
question.
lot.
It's hard to get the feel of a song without hearing it. Just reading it from a chart, you don't get the feel of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta kind of hear it to feel the groove. You know.
Yeah, there's emotion in it. Yeah, definitely, you get it.
I can't read music. I haven't been able to read music since I was probably 12 years old when I first started taking lessons.
I do
You know,
both, so
and I was like,
it don't
"Fuck this.
matter to
I'm not-
me."
I'm not doing this.
Right.
I just dropped the needle on Kiss Alive and started at track 1 and learned them all the way through. You know.
All right, this
Yeah.
next segment of
It's
questions
it's one of
is
those things that.
is
Oh,
Gary.
sorry. What is that?
This next segment of questions is going to be from Gary. So have at it.
Oh God, I don't have my notes. Oh shit, I wasn't prepared to teach. Sorry. Damn it, I'm gonna screw this up.
No,
Can I
you
just wing it?
you can just wing it.
Oh, even better. So JoJo, Your biggest drummer influence?
Biggest drummer influence. Now or when I started?
Well, let's start with when you started.
Okay, so honestly, when I started, Joey Jordison from Slipknot was a really big influence.
Yep.
And just playing fast and double bass and just thrashing it. And then I was really, into a lot of heavy stuff when I was younger. So Vinnie Paul, not as fast, but just more power, So
Yeah.
then it's like you have your power and then you have your fast, like between both of those drummers. And then I started kind of growing up, not out of heavy music, but just kind of started expanding my listening. And then
Quentin fucking
Jojo
James.
Mayer started becoming a pretty big influence, and he's a very technical drummer, and his music sounds electronic. Like it sounds like you're listening to like EDM music, like
Right.
computerized stuff, but it's all humans just going to town. And but right now, my biggest influence, I'd have to say, is who's more like he could play everything, but he's considered like a gospel drummer in his precision and power and his like honestly he's got a major in drums and percussion and bass, so he's just as phenomenal on a bass guitar as he is on drums. He's a teacher at ATL, so he teaches at university.
Oh, cool.
And he was just this kid who was really good and then just kept learning. And he went to school. I forget where he went to school, but he went one of the big schools, I'm sure,
Like Berkeley or something, or.
But if you ever get a chance, YouTube him like after this interview, Kristen. Like he's phenomenal. You'll understand why. Like I just watch him all the time.
Well, what's his last name? Was it Christian what? What's his name?
Chris Coleman.
Oh, Chris Coleman. Okay.
I did a video on the guy, but it's on my old channel. I should probably redo it. But yeah, he's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I was thinking it was the guy. Did you ever hear, Kirk Franklin? Big gospel guy. Kind of almost like a funk kind of gospel guy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I can't remember what his drummer's name is, but he's. Who? I didn't hear you. What, man?
Is it Calvin Rogers, maybe?
That could have been. Yep, that could be it. Yep. That could definitely be it. I could probably Google that shit and find out.
He's really good, man.
Deep in the pocket, man. This guy knows all about the pocket. But
Deep in the pocket, man.
Yeah.
That's what I like, man.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Okay, thanks for those that are just tuning in. We are talking tonight with Vivid-Jojo and Taylor Smith of the Taylor Smith Trio. I want to take a second and say hi to the great Vanzini. Thank you for being here. Quentin fucking James, thanks for being here.
We got to do a gang Quentin. We got to count to 3 and give him Quentin a shout out. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Quentin!
Quentin!
Yeah.
Oh, and especially,
What up,
Emmett.
Quinn?
we love Emmett.
Emmett, too.
Emmett's his bird who's learning how to fly, but he's having troubles with gravity.
He is. He is. He's definitely fighting the gravity.
Yeah. But don't worry, Emmett. You'll get it, and you'll be flying right out of the house at any second.
Don't say that.
Well, it's up to Quentin to catch him, see.
Oh, that's true.
So thanks for tuning in, chat. Glad to see you here.
Yeah. Hey, kids. Hey, boys and girls.
Do either of you have any questions for either one of us right now?
Oh, boy. Just don't ask about my police record.
Hey, have you guys ever seen that? Interview that James Brown did back in the '80s?
Which one? They're all pretty much a train wreck.
The one that he did after he got out of jail on bond, after he apparently hit his wife with a pipe or something.
Oh yeah.
And then shot at her car.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that where he comes up there with those big ass wind glasses on? He's got them big ass yellow sunglasses on.
I believe it.
And she's like, "Hey James, we see you're out on bond. He goes, "No, I'm not. He goes, what, you're not out on bond? He goes, no, I'm out on love. He goes, out on love or out of love? He's like, I'm out on love. What do you say then after that, JoJo? He said, how long night tonight might be. Yeah, dude, you guys gotta check that out, man, if you haven't seen it.
I'm dead.
It's the best thing ever, really.
James Brown's a trip.
Taylor Smith is a trip.
Yeah, he was, man, but he could be, man. He's the godfather of soul. Hey, Dig, man, you guys know that cat like who played saxophone on all his like earlier records? Is Maceo Parker. You guys heard of that guy?
No.
Where you listen to some
I've-
of James stuff, he's like Maceo blow, Maceo blow. You know, he played sax like Prince and like James Brown and
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
But like he's from my hometown, dude. Like,
Oh, that's
actually,
cool.
He came and like played. He played at our middle school one time. It's pretty sick.
Oh,
Maceo
wow.
Parker. He's
That's
a bad
awesome.
man. Yeah,
That
he's
would
sick.
be cool as hell.
Yeah, check him out, man. He's cool. I played at his mother's church for like a year or two.
Really?
It was pretty fun. I never get to meet him though. It's a shame. Like he's cool. He's kind of a hero of mine.
I got some James
Side
James
note.
Brown trivia for you. If you like trivia, if you ever watch a James Brown live show, and you see him put his arm up in the air, hold up one finger, two fingers, three fingers, that means somebody in the band fucked up, and he used to fine them $100, $200, $300 if they fucked up during a show.
We hear
So
in the
if-
early days. We hear in the early days he used to like count it like where does it count? Like he used to go 5 like in multiples of 5. Like if you did, I always heard that story. He's like, you know, that's $25. You know what I mean? Dude?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I have.
Well, later on, it went to 100,
and all
200,
those guys
300.
too, man, like, it could, yeah, dude. It could be anything, like the ties out of whack or the string thing. Like you ain't sharp. Yeah, that cat
Yep.
was ruthless, man. But he was like, hey. He got it done, man. He knew what it took, you know. He like had to look sharp, play sharp, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Follow him more than likely.
He was the
You
boss,
know.
man. He
You
was the
never knew what
fucking
JB
boss.
doing, yeah.
His way or the highway.
Dude, he was you know, he was the godfather for a reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can't see my.
This is like turning into like a Wayne's World show.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Party on. Excellent.
Excellent. Yep.
What are we doing today?
Was it Steve Vai or Herman Lee that did that? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo?
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
It was one of the two in that movie. I think it was Steve Vai.
I can't remember. I think it might have been, yeah. Vi. He's a nut.
He's all right.
Yeah. Very nice guy.
There you guys are.
Hey.
Hey, we're back.
Okay, so next segment of questions. Single, married, dating, complicated. You do not have to answer.
Oh, yeah. That's always a trick question.
If you want to skip it, we can skip it.
What was it? What was the question? What just?
It is, are you single, married, dating, it's complicated, or I don't want to answer.
Oh.
I know I'm not trying to be sneaky, JoJo. We ask everybody this.
Like, right,
Yes, she is.
it's
She is,
complicated
JoJo. She's
right
trying to be
now
sneaky.
in my world.
Cut him off!
Oh, it's dating?
I guess.
Dating, single. That's
Okay.
James Brown. Single, ready, man.
Single, ready to mail. I mean, I got friends here and there.
Okay,
Why not?
Nah,
all right. Favorite muscle car? I think JoJo's is a Lamborghini.
I've always wanted a Lambo. Like, Lambo's been always kind of my like that's when I know I made it big, you know. If I can afford something, it'd probably be like a Corvette or an older Camaro.
I was gonna say that. Probably SS.
Yeah,
Like
older Camaro would be dope.
68, 69, something like that maybe.
Okay. Next question
Yeah.
is your favorite underrated band.
Favorite band?
Underrated band.
Man.
Who do you love that everybody
I would
else
say a
should?
band that's consistent. I would say a band that's consistently for me, that's like always kind of there, is like probably the Allman Brothers. Probably would be my favorite band, man. You
For
know,
sure.
Jojo?
consistently just like always. They always make pretty good when I put those guys on. I put them up pretty high as far as the band goes, you know.
Yep. Live at the
I'm gonna have
Fillmore,
to say,
man.
like all time.
Mitch, that wasn't a trick question.
Yes, sir.
And no, they're not 6 feet
Jojo?
apart. So what's your favorite local band
If I was
there?
to say like
in,
all time favorite band, it'd probably be like the Felix Copa.
yeah, you like them guys.
Yeah, I mean they've always been. I mean they definitely got a soft spot in my heart. Until I got the tattoo of the spirit of Elam on my chest. You know, like they. I mean, Joel was a pretty big influence on me on drums. Just starting when I started playing drums, Joel, the drummer of the Felix Copa, he's like I just like replicated his style so much when I was younger. You know, so after the whole Slipknot phase, it became the Felix Copa, and then from there it was just like I don't know. He's just got he plays like himself, and like I respected that kind of a thing.
Cool.
Very cool.
I don't know.
So what is the favorite local band?
I really love Lettuce. Local band?
Yeah, local band. Other than yourselves, of course. What's your favorite local band to go listen to?
Oh man, we have too many buddies. It's like I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we can skip that.
And if they're watching, like then I would good shit, you know.
Yeah.
Say all of them. Kansas is full of great music.
All the bands. I love all the KC bands. We love everybody because they're all really good. There's a lot of talent around here, honestly. Like I could list like several bands that I love to go watch. Like there's a lot of good music around here.
Yeah, there is.
All different styles, genres. Like each venue it has a different genre. So it's like if I want rock and roll, I go over here. If I want blues, I go over here. If I want jazz, I go over here. I mean, there's so much good music, and there's a lot of honestly, there's so much good jazz around here that gets like just brushed under the rug. Like jazz, was big, Don't get me wrong, like way back in the year.
Yeah, that's what made Kansas City really is jazz.
The spot, 18th and Vine, but
18th and Vine.
It's not like that anymore. But there's cats around here that just blow smoke out of everyone, dude. Like. I could list names for days, but like I take a lot of influence. Like I just love going to
ice cream!
The ice cream, yeah, I'll be right back.
Ice cream!
Ice cream man!
Ice cream!
Ice cream man!
Yo, I want one of them things. I want one of them things with the things on the top. It comes with a cone and.
Where's my change?
He fucking blew me off, the prick. He rolled right by.
I'll Venmo over some cash. Somehow send it over.
You got your garage door open, don't you?
Social distancing, he has to throw the shit at you out of the truck. Yeah, catch, kid.
Yes.
Ruin my ice cream.
Over the money.
Ruin my ice cream. Fucking ran over it.
Goddamn ice cream, man. You can set your watch by that guy though. Same time every day.
Oh yeah.
What was that Eddie Murphy bit with the ice cream?
I got some
ice cream.
And you can't have none. And you can't have none.
Psych.
Aw, you dropped your ice cream.
I got my ice cream.
One of the best bits ever.
I don't know what it's like that.
Yep, exactly that.
Oh man.
He dropped his ice cream. Ain't got no ice cream. Ice cream.
You cannot have some. You cannot have some.
Yeah.
Oh, we're showing our age. Holy crap. I remember actually watching that shit live on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. So do I, yeah. Saturday Night Live used to be way funnier than what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I haven't watched it in so long.
So what else do you do other if you're
Get in
not
the hot
doing
tub.
if you're not doing music? What are you doing?
If not playing music,
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
okay.
are you into anything else?
thinking about music.
Listening to music.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yep.
Myself, I mean, personally speaking, yeah. I mean, I pretty much like, yeah, just think about it all the time.
Sandra,
I
you were
wouldn't think
talking about
anything else, really.
you were talking about underrated bands. You guys ever
Yes.
ever heard Sons of Texas? If not, check them out.
What is that now?
Sons of Texas. You ever hear of those guys? Band?
Texas?
Sons of Texas. Check them out.
Oh, Sons of Texas?
Yeah, yeah.
No sir, no sir. I never heard of those guys.
Scope them out.
They gnarly?
They're like a cross
All right.
between Pantera and like Black Label Society, with like a little bit of Texas swing
Nice.
thrown in there. Yeah, they're friggin' unbelievable. Totally way
Alright.
underrated, man. Yeah,
Mitch-
check them out.
Nice.
Mitch Heyman says, "I hope you don't get a copyright claim on the bells."
Oh Jesus Christ! I can't do anything right anymore.
Yeah.
Every video I fucking do, I get copyright claims.
But it ain't your fault. The ice cream man drove by just then.
Right?
They didn't
Yeah.
shut down the live stream, so I think we're good to go.
It wouldn't matter. I could live next door to Led Zeppelin, and they could be rehearsing, and I'd get a copyright strike. You know, I'd be like, "What the fuck, dude? These guys are
Yeah,
gonna."
if you even hum a Led Zeppelin tune,
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube is gunning for me now, I think.
YouTube's
It's my-
getting a little bit ridiculous.
It's my own fault, though.
Hey, Fruitcake Tony.
Tony, what's up, brother?
For those that are just tuning in, we are talking to my son Vivid-Jojo and Taylor Smith from the Taylor Smith Trio. So make sure you leave a hi and a hello. And if you want to check out the Taylor Smith Trio band themselves, there is a link in the description that will take you directly to their music.
Yeah, do you guys have any YouTube videos or anything?
We do have like a bunch of stuff on YouTube, but we don't really have an active channel. Usually most of the stuff by other people post.
Right.
They go live on Facebook, Gary.
Oh yeah.
Actually, they've been doing it a lot lately, which I love. But yeah,
Is your band got its own Facebook page?
yep, their link is in the description.
Oh, is it? Shut up.
Yep.
I
It
should
sure
probably
is.
I should probably pay attention, huh?
Yeah, you need to be more. You're a co-host.
I'm
Buddy.
more like the Ed McMahon of YouTube.
Please, please.
I'm a sidekick. I'm not a
Please.
co-host. I'm not good enough to be a co-host.
You wanted to do this.
Well, we
I know.
are working on like more music, so we'll have more music hopefully soon. To like go off the question you just asked a little bit ago, what we do when we're not playing, been kind of writing. You know, like when we're not playing music, honestly, I've been we spend our time like daydreaming about studio gear, and we've been kind of collecting this and that here and there to make it look like a home studio kind of thing, so that way
Cool.
we can start putting out more music. So
Very cool.
on the
Awesome.
note of like YouTube channels and all that, like we're going to be having more of all that here soon and be on top of it. You know, we're just trying to get this things in swing with all the equipment and all that first, and then you know we'll be having hopefully music out, you know, and somewhat regularly and new music and good quality stuff though, you know.
Hey, Jojo, you should message
Like,
me
that's
a Facebook
the
list of stuff that you need, because we may have it here that you could just have.
Sandra, I'm not seeing a link in the description. I'm looking right now.
On the YouTube in the YouTube,
Yeah.
it should be. Yeah, I even pinned it as a comment. It's the only
Okay.
comment on the YouTube. It says to check out the band Taylor Smith Trio, go here, and then it has their Facebook link. Fruitcake Tony says Taylor Smith Trio. Hey guys, Sandra turned us on to you a while back. Yes, I do, because I tell everybody about you.
I must be old and blind because I'm still not seeing it.
All
Anyway,
right.
I'll find you. I'll find you guys. I'll find you.
Here, let me copy and paste it, and I'll put it right in the chat here.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching you guys that night you were at the Westport. Man, that was a great show, man. Great show. I was thoroughly impressed.
Oh,
Even without the Zappa, I
thank
was still
you, man.
impressed.
No, they played Zappa
Thanks,
that
man.
night.
No, I know. I said even if they didn't
Oh.
play Zappa, I still would have been impressed. They were great. Can't wait to see you guys again.
Thank you, man.
I wish I lived closer.
It's a lot
Okay, I
of fun.
put the link in the chat. It should
Yeah,
be
no
there now.
doubt.
Oh yeah.
Get
there
us
is.
a gig out there, man.
You guys want to play in Florida, man? I can get you all the gigs you want in Florida.
Come say hi.
Hey,
Oh, you look fine.
hey, hook us up, man.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody,
We have
ladies and
excellent
gentlemen,
travel.
Mr. Ricky Stars.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
Yo,
Hey, Ricky.
what's up, man?
How's it going?
Oh, you have a question?
Yeah,
He's got a question.
Quentin
Quentin.
Taylor. That
Yes,
fender
sir.
you're playing, it looks like a Stratocaster with a Telecaster headstock on it. What is that?
That's you talking about the pawn shop, the Fender pawn shop,
I have no idea.
the surfing guitar you talking about?
You play it all the
Yeah.
time.
So it's got a it's got a like a strap body
Yeah.
and like a telly neck. I actually got it in the other room. I'll go grab it really quick. And actually, it's a weird story, man. I bought that from a harmonica. It's in my room, man. Yeah. But
Yeah, let's talk
yeah, I
about
bought this from. I did this gig, man, as like a guest on this harmonica player's gig at this bar joint down the street, and I was doing a guest spot with him. He brings out this guitar. He's like, "Hey, man, I got this guitar. I want you to try it." You know, I'm like, "I got my Strat, man." I'm like, "No, I'm cool, man. I really don't. I don't want your guitar, man." You know, I was like, really didn't want to, and he pretty much put it in my hands, you know, at the
Nice.
start of the second set, you know, and I basically picked it up and squeezed it. And I basically said, "Hey, man, I basically can't leave without this guitar." And he was like, "Well,
Yeah.
we'll work something out, you know, so just take it on with you." But if you notice, dude, like, it doesn't have, like, a pickup selector. Like, your tone knob here is basically like a blend knob. So,
Right.
like, all the way that way is your neck pickup, and then all the way that way would be your bridge, and then it's got that little notch in the middle, which is, you know, naturally both. It's just interesting, man. It's just like with the F hole, with like the Jazzmaster kind of pick guard. It's just like
Yeah,
the
that's-
perfect little guitar.
It's a
Like,
pretty
I
guitar.
was like, damn.
Yeah,
Like,
just
and I already got,
it's like-
and the thing, man, I was really bummed, man, because I already got a guitar that color. I'm like, I got a Strat that color, and I was like, damn, why couldn't it have been black or something, man? You know,
Right.
It's like, now I got this great sounding guitar, but it's the same color. You know? I was almost bummed about that, you know.
Yeah.
But
See,
it
that could-
squeezed so good, man. The action's so clean on it, so it's like, it's all right. It's cool.
here's a little
Yeah.
secret. I'm
So
gonna
it's
give
a
you.
Fender pawn shop, man.
I'm gonna-
Japanese made in Japan.
I'm gonna give you a little secret, Taylor, for
Oops.
someday if you ever get married. When you buy guitars, make sure they're all the same color. That way your wife won't know you bought a new guitar because they all fucking look the same because they're all the same color. I gotta make sure
It's
she's
true,
not-
man.
Okay, she should hear me.
That's true. That's a good point. I got a new one. Oh no, it's just the same one. I've had that one for years. You know? Yeah, man. But it's
That'll
a
come in handy
songwriting
later in life.
guitar,
You're
man.
gonna
It's,
remember that.
I've been kind of happy with it, man. It doesn't have any volume knobs on it now, though. It's just got the little stubs because it had like the Telecaster knobs. They were heavy as shit, and so they kept
Yeah.
just coming loose. Just took them off and said the hell one this morning. So I'm using these little rods down there trying to turn my knob. Anyway.
All right. Yeah.
That's
get
what-
out.
That's what she said.
Yeah, because I watch your shows a lot, and I see that guitar all the time,
Yeah,
and
we
it's
get
like,
by.
that's a Strat, and it's got a Telly headstock on it. It's like, what the hell kind of Fender is that anyway? So now you
Yeah.
just explained, so that's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, is that, and see, it was cool, man, because I don't know, like I get out of different styles, and I like I saw that guitar, I was just like, holy shit, this guitar is as weird as I am. You know what I mean, man? It's like, I can play country on it. I can play rock and roll. You can play anything on that guitar, you know. And that's what really like spoke to me about it. Is when I played it, I was like, oh man, this thing's really eclectic, you know. It's like every Fender guitar in one guitar. I was like, this is pretty nuts, you know. Naturally with the humbuckers too, it's like shit, man. It's a Gibson, it's a Fender, it's a Gretsch. What, you know? This is everything. You know, what the hell is this?
Fruitcake Tony, we're on for an hour. We'll be done at 7.
Hey, Taylor, has that thing got a coil split?
It doesn't.
No? You'd
It
think they
doesn't,
put a
man.
coil split in,
It
you
is
know, so
like-
you can at least split one of the pickups and make it sound like a Telly or a Strat, you know?
You would think so, man. I'm sure, like, honestly, I thought about, like, having a pickup switch put in it and, like, all that stuff. I'm like, man, I think I'm, like, I don't know. I just really just like it the way it is just because it's so weird that this doesn't have those things. I'm like, man, I think I'm just going to just kind of leave it. But yeah, it would be cool to have that split in there, man. That would be nice, but it's all good.
Right on.
She sounds pretty good
He said
every
he-
once in a while.
Is that your number one, basically? Is that your main guitar?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it goes in and out, man. Yeah, my number one, man. Yeah, that's my baby right there, though. That, like, I don't think it's my number one. I'd definitely say this one, Victor. This was my number one there for sure. This track.
nice.
This is like a 6-pin reissue. I got this one. My parents blessed me with this when I graduated high school. You know, and
Badass.
so like
Nice.
this, you know, it's all lacquered out and all that, and all that job. You know, so that's
Hello,
probably
Happy.
my number one right there. I'd probably school.
Or
What is
Hellface.
that?
Hellface or Halface just joined the chat, so we're saying hello to him.
Oh,
What's up, Hal?
sorry.
It's all right, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
I still
probably the
think it's
number one
Halface.
right there for sure. She's pretty cool.
What kind of a rig you got? What do you play through mostly live, amp-wise?
The amp.
Yeah, what do you usually play live?
again
What do you
now.
usually,
It's a
What do you
big
usually
box
use
sound
live?
comes through it.
yeah, I got speakers on it usually. What amp do you use live most of the time?
I'm teasing. Hey, 6-string singer.
Well, thanks a lot.
Don't listen to
Thanks
that.
a
Don't
lot
listen
for
to that.
having us, assholes. I'll see y'all later.
Didn't know it was
I'm just kidding.
Didn't know it was gonna be
I
Pick
got-
on the
dude,
Kids Day, did you?
Man, I got this little Fender Hot Rod Deluxe 3, man. I've had
Cool.
it for probably 5-6 years. It's a little 40 watt, little, you know, tube amp. It's cool. It does what it does, you know. Not enough. Like guitar players laugh at my rig when they see it, you
Hell
know.
no.
'Cause I've been using like the same. I've been using the same Boss ME50 for like 8 years, man. They don't even make those damn things.
But it
anymore,
works. It works for you.
Yeah, if it
You
ain't broke,
guys
don't
sound-
fix it.
Like,
You guys sound
cats are
amazing every time we
astounded.
hear you.
Yeah.
So you know, if it ain't
Thank
broke,
you, man. It's like, yeah,
don't fix it.
like a lot of my friends trash my rig. You duct tape on it, you know. It's like, when you gonna upgrade that? I'm like, hey man, it's cool, you know. I get what I need out of it, right?
Yep.
Right?
It's economical,
Those Fender Hot Rod,
economical, all those.
those Fender Hot Rod Deluxes, they take pedals really well too, man. Better than most amps do. They take pedals
all right.
really well.
They do all right. I just leave it on the clean channel all the time, and like I don't know, just run my little junky little rig, and it seems to work out okay. I
Yeah.
always got my handy dandy wah wah pedal. You know, you gotta have a good wah wah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the good thing about the wah wah is that the lube went out on that thing like at least 10 years ago. You know, so it squeaks like hell every time you step on it. You know, so you really gotta turn your amp up. They go, what the hell's all that squeaking? My wah wah pedal, man. You know, you hear those drums sometimes, man. It's like, you blow that shit up, man.
They just came out with this shit called WD-40. You might want to try it. It works pretty
That's
good.
right, yeah, something like that. I don't know. They might have some cream. They might have some cream or something you can put on it, you know. I don't know.
No cover charge. Thanks for joining in.
Lube it up.
Sandra, can you ask Taylor if
Put
he's
some
a big
Vaseline
fan
on it.
of Brian Setzer? I can hear it in his playing. So Taylor, are you a big fan of Brian Setzer? I read that right.
Oddly enough, like I've never studied like his stuff too much. I remember like when I was younger, I got turned on to like the Stray Cat Strut and stuff like that, and that was like my first exposure to Brian Setzer. So I'd say yeah, he was like somewhere in there. Like I guess maybe not a conscious influence, you know, more of a subconscious. But yeah, I guess there's a little bit of Brian Setzer in there. I like his style, that's for sure. He's a cool cat, you know. He's got that really swinging like rockabilly type thing going on. I like his style, man. And he rocks Gretches all the time.
Yes, he does.
I hear he likes to use really dirty strings too. Like he ages his strings, lets them get real old, you know.
Yep.
And he still uses them like that, I guess, till they break. So it's kind of really changed his strings very often. I find that interesting.
Cool, man. Yeah,
So,
Brian
yeah,
Setzer's awesome.
He really is. He really is.
I've seen him a couple times live, man, with the Brian Setzer Orchestra. Man, unbelievable.
Hey,
Hey, didn't he have that guy on upright bass who would like stand on his bass?
yes.
He would like stand
Yes.
on that thing.
Do
Yep.
tricks with it.
Well, that's some crazy acrobat type shit right there, man. Look at this guy standing on his upright bass. Man.
Speaking of upright
That's a
basses,
trapeze of sorts.
tell them that story, Gary.
Oh, my buddy's band, Walt.
Lighting it on fire.
My buddy of mine, Hot Rod Walt, in the Psycho DeVilles. It's like a psychobilly band, kind of like heavyish rockabilly. It's a trio. My buddy Walt plays all Gretsch. They're endorsed by Gretsch, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and Jägermeister. Those are their three endorsements for the band. Like, what more could you want, right? But it's a three-piece: guitar, upright bass player, drummer. And my buddy Walt, the guitar player, used to build hot rods back here in Florida. They live up in Nashville now. But the upright bass player, they wanted to set his bass on fire one night. So Walt got a piece of aluminum and fitted it to the side of the upright bass. And during the middle of his show, Walt would put out a can of lighter fluid and squirt it all over the side of the bass, and he'd light the guy's bass on fire. And the guy would lay it down, it's still playing it, laying on the floor, and Walt would stand on top of the bass with all the fucking flames and shit. It used to freak out people that own the clubs. They'd be like, you can't do that shit here, man. But he's got one
Dude, that's
stand-up.
nuts, man.
He's got one stand-up bass that's dedicated, and it's painted like a Miller beer label. The base, the body is gold,
Wow.
like Miller. And he's got like the big Miller beer
That's
logo
insane.
in the middle of it. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I bet that was
If you get a chance, they're on
Damn,
YouTube.
dude, that is
That's
sick, man.
Yeah, Hot Rod Walt and the Psycho DeVilles. They're pretty sick.
It's insane, man.
Yep.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
Flaming basses.
Nice.
You should do that.
Speaking of setting shit on fire, man, like we saw this group one night at down at the saloon, dude, called Daikaiju, bro. These are like somewhere like Alabama or something, man. They're like a surf rock like group, but they wear these masks and stuff. And
I'm watching
and
the
dude,
video. Let's
like,
put someone absolutely
towards the end of their show, like crowd lifts the drummer up in the air, and like he's playing drums, like the people are holding him up,
Holding chairs.
holding the chair up, and then holding the cymbals up and like the snare and all, and like he's playing, and then they drop him down and they commence to like set his shit on fire. You know, they set everything on fire, man, all the guitars and stuff.
Oh,
And so the guitar player's got this guitar flaming, you know. He's got a guy in front of him, like, keep dousing it with lighter fluid, you know. And they make their way out of the venue and around, and they get up on top of their van and set the roof of that damn thing on fire,
Oh,
man.
Jesus Christ.
It was the nuttiest finale I've ever seen, man. They
Wow,
set
man.
everything on fire.
That's
These
crazy.
guys are insane, man. They all had these crazy-ass masks on, you know. Insanity. They're filthy. Filthy animals.
Ricky has a question. Ricky has a question for JoJo.
Oh, with all this downtime, you can put that little drum set I got you together.
Oh, the little drum set?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. But I'm still putting it together.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many little pieces, man. I'll work on it, and then I'll be like, oh man, screw this. And then like a month later, I'll put a little more together. Like, screw this. Like, there's this like it's like very meticulous. Like you got to
Yes.
put the little things inside the little thing. But I thought like I was getting some big drums, so I was like telling my mom like, make sure you pack it safely. You know, like it's gonna.
Oh, I
It's gonna
did.
scratch up. You know.
I packaged it very
Because
safely.
I ship drums at work. That's what I do. So like when I ship drums, I pack it real safe, you know. So I was like telling her how I do it, and then I get a drum set, and I'm like, huh. But no, I was very thankful, and I was like really excited, sticking it together, and then I realized it was gonna take a lot longer than I thought.
That's funny.
But it's gonna be so cool when you get done with it.
When it's done,
Yeah, it will be.
yeah,
Sounds like I'll be retired by
soon,
then.
hopefully one day.
That guy also got videos on YouTube that you can watch to help you along too. I think I sent you a link. Oh, man,
Yeah, I probably have to.
a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. It's just a matter of doing it, you know. It's like I could do that, or I could go play drums.
Okay. I'm gonna open up chat for questions for the band. If you have any, we got 8 minutes to go. So if you got questions for Vivid or Taylor or any of us, really, let us know. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please, please, please check out Taylor Smith Trio on Facebook and YouTube. And Gary, I'm going to let you read the chat.
Alrighty then. Great Vanzini. Los Straight Jackets. I don't know who those guys are. Fill me in, brother. I have no idea. Mitch is watching your video at the Westport. He said it's awesome. I don't know if you guys can see the chat or not, but I'm not seeing any questiones.
Keep on rocking Taylor and JoJo. Hello, James Severin.
Hey, man.
Thank you for that.
Tony, we're on till 8 o'clock, bro. Our time, my time. 7 o'clock, Sanders time.
Are you
Taylor,
talking about the Psychobilly band there?
Yeah, Taylor, what was the name of that band again that was lighting all the shit on fire?
Oh, what was that?
What was the name of that band that was lighting all the shit on fire?
Oh, yeah, Daikaiju, man.
Daikaiju.
D-A-I. Daikaiju. D-A-I-K-I-E-J-U.
Wow.
Daikaiju. Those
Okay.
guys are nuts, man.
YouTube's them.
Yeah, scope them out, man.
YouTube's them.
Definitely check them out. Those
Oh,
cats
yeah.
are gnarly, man. They got,
Him along with Chris Coleman.
yeah.
Right. Check out Chris Coleman.
So you guys working on any new stuff right now with all this spare time? You guys writing some new tracks?
Yeah, man,
and
we've
shit,
been
or-
tracking a shit ton of music, man. We've been tracking a lot of music. Yeah, yeah. I went out and bought an external hard drive the other day, which was more than necessary. So it was like, I feel good. Yeah, we're pretty
Nice,
much
man.
like, we just record whatever we come up with, you know. It's like, I have ideas, he's got ideas, and we collectively, you know, have ideas. So it's like, we have a lot of content, it's just figuring out what we're going to do with it, you know.
You guys have like a
Put something out,
dedicated
you know.
practice space with all your recording shit in there and stuff, and
We do, we use your bedroom.
cool.
Yep. Here in the crib, man.
Yeah.
Yep. JoJo, he got his stripped down kit back there. It's like always set up, so it's cool. So we always got both our computers in there and all that stuff. So if
Now-
anybody wants any equipment, we're at 7124 Johnson Drive. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do that, bro.
That's definitely not our address.
You
But all
do
you
some.
single ladies out there, give JoJo a 913-241.
There's some fucking psychotic people that hang out with us, man. You don't want to be giving that shit out. You get some fucking
Hey man,
mental,
there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be somebody with a 913-212 number gonna be real pissed off,
Right.
You know? And whoever's at 7120 Johnson Drive is gonna be in a bind.
Yep. So Jojo, I got to ask you, when you track drums, do you mic your drums or do you have triggers?
I mic them.
Mic them?
Yeah, man. I mic'd them. I got some really nice drum mics. I went with the Sennheiser Evolution series, the 900, the good ones, man.
Nice.
I've been buying them like one at a time, you know, like save up some scratch, buy a microphone, save up some more scratch, buy another one, and
Yep.
so right now I got enough to mic the basic set, and so now I'm just kind of saving up to buy more mics so I can keep adding and keep growing the set, you know, because I like playing with a big set, you know. So
Yep.
right now I can do a 5-piece, but I want to be able to do like a 20-piece if I wanted to.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Which would never be necessary.
All right. Let me ask you this: when you mic your snare, do you mic top and bottom, or just the top, or just the bottom?
Right now is just the top, but when I get more mics, I'll be doing some experimenting.
Yeah.
I definitely want to experiment with the snare and the bass drum,
Yeah.
because you
Cool.
can get some cool undertones with the snare drum.
Yeah, you can, for sure. Now, you use an overhead for your cymbals, like an overhead mic for all your cymbals and shit?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the E914s for left and right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The E914s and. Yeah, man, I got a nice little setup, man. It's a little kit, but it does the job.
Right on.
And through, you know, I always had the passion for drums, so it's like my drum set's a combination. Like I got a Craviatos drum. It's a solid walnut. It's gorgeous.
Wow.
And then
It is.
and then my
It is
kit
beautiful.
actually that I play, I built. To be honest with you, I built out of Keller shells. So I got
And that's
the
gorgeous, too.
maple shells, just naked maple shells, and I cut them down to the sizes I want them to be, and drilled the holes and did everything and the edges and all that stuff myself, and just because I had this pipe dream of being a drum builder, and people were like, well, you should play your own kit, because I wanted to build kits for people, and so I was like, okay, well then I'll build my own kit. So I did, and after I did that, I realized just like like go on Instagram and type in custom drum, you'll see so many, like the custom drum business is oversaturated
Yeah.
to the point where just me going in it, I'd be competing with everybody, and then CNC is actually doing very well, and they're made in Gladstone, Missouri, which is like 30 minutes away from where I'm sitting right now. So like to compete with big dogs like that, you know, let alone DW and Ludwig and Tama and all the other big names that I could list off, and so I was just like, I'll, if someone wants a snare, I'll build them a snare, you know.
And where do they go if they want you to build them?
Well, you could hit me up. Right now I'm building them at Explorers, so you could always contact Explorers or just contact me, and I can quote you some prices, and what you want. The thing about custom work is it's endless, It's down to, what lugs you want, what kind of finish you want, whether you want a wrap or a stain or a lacquer, or poly, or down to woods too, maple, birch, walnut, there's just so many different things that, so.
Mitch Heyman in the chat has a question for both of you. Are you both self-taught?
Yes.
Relatively, yeah. I mean, I took lessons, for like, I don't know, maybe a year or two when I first started, but I mean, yeah, I guess, I don't know about self-taught, because we kind of steal things from everybody, really, so.
Everybody steals from everybody.
Recycle. Hey, we recycle stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't
Repurpose.
steal. I'm not. My mom raised me not to be a thief. But I don't steal anything. I recycle.
Oh no, I'm a thief, man. Artists steal, man. That's what they do, man.
Yeah.
That's what they
Dondi.
do. Dondi.
Dondi.
Dondi. Shout out. Hi, Mom.
Absolutely, you give her a shout out. Is there anything else while we wrap this up? You guys want to plug anything?
I don't
Unfortunately-
have anything to plug.
Unfortunately, you
Yeah,
got no shows coming up, so.
We don't have any shows or anything, I guess. Like,
Just check you out on Facebook live on what days? Fridays?
We have no idea.
It's been kinda random.
It's been random, really.
We've been honestly doing random to see what days work better, what days people tune in. You know.
If people
Right.
want to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, that's cool though. You know, at Taylor Smith Trio, that's cool. Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.
And
But that's all
at Vivid-Jojo.
At Vivid-Jojo.
And of course, at Vivid-Jojo too.
For on all social platforms for me. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So there was no reason to be nervous coming on Mom's show, was there?
Nah, it was easy.
I told you it was
alright.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That's
being here,
good.
guys.
I
Yeah,
still
man.
feel like I still feel like I'm gonna throw up, guys.
No, cut it out.
Hey Gary, it was cool to meet you, man.
We'll leave with
You
this
too, bro.
comment from Mitch Heyman.
Yeah.
It is, Taylor is a fantastic guitarist. I'm selling all my guitars now. If I can't get it at 54 years old, I'll never get it.
Oh, you'll get it,
64?
man. You keep chasing that thing, man. Don't sell your guitars, man. Don't sell them just yet.
Keep playing. Man.
Mitch is no slouch, man. He's a good guitar player. Don't let him
Keep on
fool
getting
you.
after it, man. I love it, man. Let's jam one day.
All right, guys. Gary,
Gentlemen,
anything?
it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
I love
you
you,
too, man.
Gary.
You too.
I love you,
I-
Mom.
Thanks,
I
Evan.
miss you. I love you too,
Nice to meet you,
Jojo.
man.
I love you, Mom. I love you, Ricky.
Thanks, guys.
Love you.
Yeah.
I love you
Take care,
guys, too.
Gary.